Hello everyone. Today I would like to share our experience with cold email inbox providers that we have used in the past 3 years at Leadcast. I'm just doing this so you don't make our mistakes because they can be costly and annoying. If you are running outbound or buying inboxes from resellers, I think this will be useful for you. I'll try to keep it short and to the point. 2 years ago, we started scaling with outbound and we needed more infrastructure. So we started testing multiple providers. We learned that cheap can be very expensive infrastructure and we lost money, trust from clients due to bad provider choices and weak research before using them on our site. This is why I'm recording this video. I did create this presentation, which was generated by AI. So please ignore any mistakes or weird things that you see. Our main scope for these testings and the whole video is focusing on Google Workspaces. We do not use Outlook. We've tested it a couple of times and didn't see good results. We are also not reaching out to enterprises. So we do not use Outlook at the moment. We don't set up any new Outlook. We do have some inboxes from the past, but we have tried to avoid it. This is also not for SMTP servers and providers. Then let's go to the next slide. This I shared. Okay. And then we have the first inbox provider that we actually started with is what is now called Inbox Kit. Before, when we started using them, it was Magically Genius, and we found them in a Discord server. We were using them for things like Apollo exports. Then they started doing inboxes. So we used them and had quite a good experience with them. They have changed a lot throughout the years. Then they became Inbox Automate in Q3 of 2025. They got acquired and became Inbox Kit. Since then, we have seen a lot of improvements, and I only have good things to say about them. Inbox Kit, we love their UI at the moment. It helps us set up things at scale quickly. Their API is good. Their support is excellent. We have them on Slack, and as soon as we ping them, they are on it. An important point for them is like, okay, deliverability, that's out of question. It delivers unless you make something completely incorrect and start sending images and links to absolutely everyone without context. When the crackdowns from Google started in summer of 2025, those inboxes survived. There were no issues with it. They kept on delivering. This was actually a good proof for us that they are working and using good panels. Before that, we were not fully aware. Maybe that's our mistake for the panels and non-profit organization panels and all of these type of cheap methods where you can buy a panel from a Facebook group for a couple $100, cost inboxes to people like us who buy them. When the crackdown started, these inboxes were not affected at all. That was good. However, after Inbox Kit, we started using them. We thought, okay, if we want to use a few more providers in case something goes wrong, just differentiate, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Some offered better pricing. And we needed to increase capacity and be more spread. So we started using other inbox providers than Magically Genius back then. One of them, I will redact the name here. It was recommended in a WhatsApp group, and we heard good things about them. They were actually a bit more expensive than Magically Genius at the time, but that was fine. We did a few setups for clients and for us with them. However, they were a lead generation agency first, and this was kind of a product they decided to offer. It was not their main thing, which meant that support was slow. There were mistakes. Everything was happening in spreadsheets. Deliverability was good. The guys were genuinely trying to help with everything that we pinged them, but it was just slow because it was not their priority. And we were not buying as much inboxes from them as I assume some other clients. So I guess we were less priority, which in theory should not be the case. Every client is equal. This was our experience. We kept some of their inboxes for some time, but then we stopped using them. Again, this is only for Gmail. Another provider that we tested starts with V, and this was actually a pricing trap because we moved to them because they were offering inboxes at $2 USD a month, which is a lot cheaper than the regular 3.5 or 4 in the case of the WhatsApp provider. Inbox Kit now costs a 3 USD a month. I think back then it was 3.5, but I'm not 100% sure. The A guys cost 4 a month, so they were a bit more premium, but they came from a recommendation. And the V guys were costing 2. At this point, we were scaling quite a lot, and this adds up at scale and makes a difference. That's why we went heavy on them. They were using spreadsheets in a more organized way, orders or on WhatsApp, and we were also talking to them. They were initially super good with support. When things started going bad in the summer of 2025 with the crackdowns, absolutely everything got destroyed there. Their support stopped responding. Then they have been lying about the whole thing. They said, no, we're not using those type of panels. This is just something wrong. It's normal and so on, which we do not appreciate. I would really love it if you tell me the truth and that you screwed up, but just be upfront about it and maybe we can figure a way forward. But this was super annoying. They wasted a lot of our time going back and forth on useless things like pointless arguments at some points. We wasted a lot of money. They agreed to do some kind of replacement infrastructure with some domains from Namecheap that apparently had been used before. They set up some Outlook boxes that got banned, and it was just getting worse. These guys went out of business. I know they're still out there because I have their WhatsApp number and I see them pinging people. If you're looking for a new provider, you can DM me on LinkedIn and I can share the name or phone number so you can avoid these ones, because I don't think that's a good deal. Everyone else, more or less, on this list, I would recommend for certain reasons, but this is the guys that I would avoid at all costs. We have lost a lot of client trust because of them and a lot of money and time. This is a bit of the background of the crackdowns and the resolution attempts and the failed replacements from the V guys. During this chaos, we started going to more providers and exploring. We went back to InboxKit more heavily because they were not affected, but we also started with 2 new providers. Those were Cheap Inboxes and Scaled Mail. Scaled Mail has an amazing reputation and a UI which checks some of our unimportant marks for us. However, they're a bit more on the premium side in terms of pricing at 3.5 per Gmail email accounts. It's a bit annoying that you need to buy certain packages. You cannot buy 17 or even 18 boxes, only packages of 20, 40, or 100. And we have not seen the added value for more premium pricing compared to inbox kits. They're still great in deliverability. Their support was also amazing. It is just that their UI and model don't suit our needs. But overall, I think they're amazing. Cheap inboxes don't have UI, so that's a minus for us. So no API and similar features. Their pricing is a bit more expensive than inbox kit. However, it can get equal or even slightly cheaper at good scale. Pricing is not really a pain point here. Their support is probably one of the best I've seen. They're only available via email. However, they reply within a minute or 2. I don't know how they do it. I thought it was an AI bot replying to me. So I asked them about it. They told me it is not a bot. They are humans replying. I was really surprised. They are doing a great job. Accurate they are. But again, the orders happen through spreadsheets, which is something we don't want. It's a bit hard to keep track on costs. You don't get automatic invoices. You have to email for invoices and so on. Like it is, it's just a very email heavy operation thing. If you're fine with that, I think that those are great guys for you as well. So we still have some of their inboxes. And again, during the second wave of crackdowns, they survived and they're still working to date super good. But yeah, going on, we're actually focusing mainly on inbox kit just because of ease of use, pricing, reliability. Support is just like the perfect balance for us. We would recommend usually to clients or to anyone who asks us who to go for. We would go for inbox kit. We are not affiliated. This is not a sponsored video or anything like that. It's just my honest opinion on this. If you have any questions, feel free to message us at hello@leadcase.com, dimitri@leadcase.com, and so on. Thank you. I hope this was helpful and that you can avoid some of our mistakes. See you soon. Bye.